I told you I'd tell you, how do you figure out if somebody is high odds going to buy within the first 3 minutes? Well, it's something that takes a combination of repetitive training and repetitive experience and just looking for body cues and cues and engagement. So when I sit down with a prospect now, because I've done this for so long, I know fairly well as experienced agents will tell you as well, if the person I'm talking in front of is about talking with is actually a buyer or not. How do I do that? The biggest reason I do that is that A, I don't do nearly as much heavy rapport building as I used to. I get to know them just a little bit, just to get their guard down, to get them to laugh a little bit. That's really my primary goal. But then the main thing I try to accomplish is, once I get their guard down, I ask them this first of the 5 questions I'm going to teach you, which is, what were your thoughts and concerns when you decided to send this card back? That is the critical question that really establishes what is going on in their brains. It's going to tell you, not necessarily by what they say, but how they say it, how their body language is, how they're connected with you. They're going to tell you by those cues really how into what it is that they sent off and what they're interested in. And what I mean by that is that you can actually tell, once you're good, if somebody is sincerely interested by how they respond to questions. One thing I do when I take agents on ride-alongs, I'll ask them, I said, when I don't make a sale, I ask the person, what were your thoughts in the beginning when you sat across this person and listen to them respond and ask questions and you know, what was their level of engagement? And invariably what happens is that they figure out that the level of engagement just isn't there from the very beginning. And what I mean by engagement is they're not answering questions in full truthfulness. They're not really giving detailed answers. They're kind of off-putting in the questions when you ask them. And this character, this establishment of how they respond and their character and their response is really indicative of what's to come the vast majority of time. Certainly, there are situations where people are off-putting to begin with, and then they open up and they tell you the truth, or that's just how they are stylistically, I guess, for lack of a better word. But you can't let that be the rule, because the exception to the rule is just an exception to the rule. The rule being that in the long term, you can really tell if somebody is vastly and seriously interested in their eye contact with you and how they respond to a question. They'll usually respond in full. Like when I asked that question I did, what were your thoughts and concerns when you sent the card back? They'll give you a detailed response. They'll tell you their life story. They'll tell you about their spouse or family member who died without insurance. They'll give you all the details, all the ammo you need to make a sale. And what's amazing is that was just the power of one singular question. And if you start hearing that stuff from the beginning, it blows your mind on how effective and awesome it actually works.